Good evening. Can I take this opportunity to recognise the First Nations people in Australia, and particularly to acknowledge any elders past or present who might be with us. And of course, we look to the continued contribution that our First Nations people make to this country and bringing us all together as a multicultural society. Can I also acknowledge the commemoration of the end of the First World War? And of course, it was a landmark experience for both Turkey and Australia. In commemorating the end of that great war, we recognise, I think, the futility of conflict, the futility of war. We recognise the importance of dialogue, of sitting down and talking through our differences, of looking for common ground where we can build better communities, where we can provide better for our children and our grandchildren, where we can manage our earth better. It is very important to recognise the work that Gülen undertook as really one of the giants of the 20th century. And I don't regard that as hyperbole, because indeed, when you consider Turkey as a country, you consider a country that spans or straddles 2 continents, many different religions, different dialects and languages, has a relationship with both the West and the East in terms of its politics. It's an extraordinary country. And Gülen was a person who enabled Turkey to journey from what was the Ottoman Empire and the tragedy of that First World War into a very modern society. He contributed so much, and I had the opportunity with a number of members of Parliament, and indeed many people in this room perhaps, to visit Turkey through the AIS. And it was amazing to see the network of schools, of hospitals, of other facilities, services for the people of Turkey that were very much part of modern Turkey. He was a person of moderation. He was a person who actually taught us the importance of our spirituality. And it doesn't really matter what your faith is. Our spirituality is really important. It's the thing that enables us reflection of ourselves, the opportunity to define our relationship with our fellow human beings, to understand the importance of respect, to understand the importance of compassion, to understand the opportunity for us to walk together arm in arm. And indeed, on the particular journey that I made to Turkey with my wife and a number of politicians and police from the Victorian Police, there was a priest, a Catholic priest, who was with us as part of that journey. And you know, I can still see the picture, walking arm in arm with an imam down a road in front of us, leading our group. And in fact, given a very important Islamic memento or piece of art by that imam to the Catholic priest. 2 faiths coming together. It was very powerful. Through the AIS, I actually had a period where I chaired the advisory board. And the only reason why I stepped back from that position was because I became president of the upper house. And I thought that it was important that and not be seen to have any conflicts of interest. But I've remained with the advisory board. And I have to say that this organisation I admire very greatly, because it's an organisation that has gone out of its way to promote an understanding of the Islamic faith and to bring all of the faiths together in dialogue, in the opportunity to share a meal, in the opportunity to understand one another's values, and in fact, to recognise that those values, not surprisingly, are very consistent across all of those faiths. It's interesting to me, only twice when I was president was I asked to bar anybody from Parliament. One of them was the Israeli community who wanted to, or the Jewish community here in Victoria, who wanted me to ban the Palestinians from having a function in a Parliament House, and I refused. And the other one was the ambassador for Turkey in Canberra, who came down and insisted that we declare AIS as a terrorist organisation. I used the best of my diplomatic skills, and I didn't actually laugh him out of Parliament. But I've got to say that would have been the furthest thing from my mind, because this organisation has been at the forefront of trying to develop social cohesion and understanding of Islamic faith, and certainly developing, again, some of those schools, health services, and other support services, some of which were so crucial during that period of COVID. Can I congratulate the AIS on the work that it's done? The trip that I made to Turkey had a profound influence on me. And Gülen is amongst the giants of the 20th century, absolutely, for what he promoted, what he did, not just what he talked about, but how he acted, and the inspiration that he provided to so many people. The ability for people to understand not just the rewards of their faith, but the responsibilities of their faith. He was a remarkable man. Can I acknowledge Vivian Ewan from the Victorian Multicultural Commission, who's here tonight. And it was her birthday yesterday, so I wish you a happy birthday and enjoy your embarrassment. Thank you for having me. It is a great pleasure to be amongst so many friends of AIS and friends of our community generally. I think that the future that we have, particularly with some of the students in the room who are going through educational facilities like Sirius College, is actually very bright. And whilst, as was referred to earlier, we do face times of turbulence and challenge, together we are stronger and we are better, and that, I think, was very much part of the story of Gülen's life. Thank you.